And we're live. Painkiller already, episode 222, and we have our guest, Philly D. Philly D, what are you drinking?
It is, I was in such a rush that I don't know if it's a real drink, but it is Sprite and bourbon. I don't know if they go together. I'm finding out right now.
I'm going to Google that.
I was like, if I'm going to be on a podcast for 4 hours, I need to do half of it at least drunk.
Sprite and...
Anything's a real drink if you have like 9 of them.
Exactly.
Philly D, how the hell have you been successful on YouTube for like, what, 27 years now? How does this happen?
I'm so old. It's get established, get a foothold, then hire other people so that you don't actually have to be entertaining. No, that's the success.
Yeah, and jump cuts.
Less on the jump cuts, but it definitely helps in the fact that I have no talent. I think that's the main thing. Jump cut through the suck.
You should go ahead and do the other guys now, like Chris.
That's so gay, dude.
Is that a stage name?
The KRIS is. Chris Katera was my stage name. My real name is Chris, but CHRIS. I just changed it up. Actually, whenever I came up with that stage name, I was in San Antonio. I just got done training at wrestling school, and I had another wrestler with me. We were driving to go get something to eat, and we were trying to come up with some really cool wrestling names, and my real name just wasn't doing it. You know what I mean? You can't hear, and come into the ring now, and my real name is kind of like, yeah, that's kind of gay. So we were trying to come up with like a really catchy wrestling name, and a Cadillac Katera pulls up next to us, and he's like, dude, check it out, Chris Katera, but he had it with the C's. And I took that idea, and I was going to Shawn Michaels Wrestling School at the time. And the next day I came to Shawn with that idea. I said, hey, I'm thinking about the ring name Chris Katera, CHRIS-CATERA. And he's like, that's cool, but that's not going to cut it. So it was actually Shawn Michaels that came up with changing it to the K's to what you see now. Just a little history on how I got that ring name.
I won't say it's bad that when I put your name in, I see your YouTube videos more than I see your actual wrestling career.
Yeah, I know. I only had maybe 5 actual televised events with Raw, with WWE, where I was either on Raw, SmackDown, what used to be Velocity, and what used to be Heat, some of their Sunday night shows. Everything else was just kind of like a dark match, or I had a couple of house shows, and then a lot of my indie stuff will come up on YouTube, but not a whole lot of my WWE stuff. I have a couple of my WWE videos on my channel, just private, in case somebody hits me up like a new subscriber. Hey, I want to see one of your matches. I can.
Have you ever won any?
With WWE, no.
Stand-in.
Yeah, with WWE, no. I was basically there to make whoever they were trying to get over as a heel or a face. I was there to make them look good. Basically, I got paid to get my.
So you like the Brooklyn Brawler.
Yes, there you go.
Everybody, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. We're back with Painkiller already 5009, and you don't want to test this. It's your boy Sexy Vanilla Freshness and Freddie Wong bringing the PKA time. What's up, player?
Yo, what up, dude?
What up? You want to test us in Sexy Vanilla Freshness? I love it.
I love that Freddie jumped right in. Usually our guests are so freaked out by Wings' intro. There's just an awkward pause there where you're like,
it's good timing. I literally was getting a picture of my zip line, and I sat down, and then I hear, "Yo, what up, dude?" So I'm like, "Oh, what up, dude?" World.
All right.
So this episode, we've got one of the most exciting guests we've ever had on PKA, Dr. Jordan Peterson. Thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure. Thanks for the invitation, guys.
So I was thinking about it, and I realized probably most of this episode, people aren't going to really give a shit what the three of us are having to talk about too much. So I just want to dive right into you. It's so fascinating, all your topics. I've never started watching a lecture series that I didn't have to watch on the internet and kept clicking onto new ones. Like, oh, yeah,
can I apply for a credit or something from you at this point? I'm about 12 hours in.
Definitely a form of illness. I don't know what's going on exactly.
Painkiller already, episode 469. Our guest, Steve Byrne, professional comedian and amateur street fighter. Kyle?
Yeah, Steve Byrne on. And I think all three of us here have the same story that we found really fascinating that we heard you tell. I'll let one of them take it, but it's the street fighting, right, guys?
Yeah.
It seems like there are a lot of those stories.
Like I look at Steve and I don't think you don't look like a Boss Rutan type guy.
Nope.
I don't expect you to have like all these stories of mixing it up in the streets and the bars and hotel rooms and stuff like that. But I'd be wrong.
That helps. It's the whiskey. The whiskey helps. But yeah, I think I played hockey all my life. I think that's kind of like part of it. So it's like if you're playing a game and somebody's getting a little rough, you just drop the gloves and throw the sweater over and you just start going to town. But by no means am I like a Chuck Norris or anything. I'm not a badass. But when I was younger, for sure, I had a little edge. But two kids and the wife will call that.
Okay, you said that, but when's the last time you got into a physical altercation?
Oh, well, the last time I almost got into a physical. Yeah, you mean actually or almost?
I'll take both.
I'll take both.
We'll take both.
Well, almost was about 2 weeks ago.